Okay, welcome back. This video is for the first grade lesson plan on October 13th, 2015. This one, I'll just start by saying, if there's any activity you don't feel comfortable doing, just skip it. But if you can do as much as you can, a lot of the things the students already know. There are a couple songs that will be new to them. They're not super hard though, and I think you'd probably do okay with them. But at any rate, so the first thing it says on the lesson plan is to go over the rule songs with them. Now, the first grade should know these pretty well, especially this particular class. They're a bunch of really good singers. And if you want to do the Willow Creek song with them as well, that's usually part of their routine. Sorry, more students coming by. And then following that'll probably take a few minutes. Then I have listed a song, Autumn Leaves Are Falling. Now, they know this song. Mostly, and so you can have them do that. They know motions with it, and so you can just say, if you don't know them, if you know the motions, please do the ones Mr. Troxel taught you, and go from there. And if they forget, they can just focus on the singing. So then the next step would be they already know at least two instrumental parts, which they'll be doing again. They've done it for the past couple classes. They'll be using sand blocks on the TTs, or the shorter notes, and so the song. Basically, it would sound like this for the sand block part. Autumn leaves are falling, falling to the ground, painting all the hillsides, yellow, red, and brown. And then for the other part of the song, beautiful are the autumn leaves, beautiful are the autumn leaves. Now, the parts of the song that I went like this, the rest of the kids will be doing Jingle Bells, which I've been explaining to them how the professionals play. They hold it like this, and they hit the top of their hand. So it would sound like this for Jingle Bells. Autumn leaves are falling, falling to the ground, rest, painting all the hillsides, yellow, red, and brown. And then it goes, beautiful are the autumn leaves, rest. Beautiful are the autumn leaves, rest. So they know that. You can even maybe add that at a later time. They've been practicing that and should know it pretty well. Now, the part that I began to introduce last class was on the boomwhacker and bass xylophone. I'll show the boomwhacker part first. For this and for the bass xylophone, which is the larger xylophone, which you can kind of see behind me a little bit, I have them playing this on the floor. Really, however you want to have it set up. But for all the instruments, I kind of have it set up in a circle around the room at either the floor, I think 2 spots on the floor for this and the bass xylophone. And then the rest can be at the table, and then maybe in the middle of that circle you can have kids that are singers and dancers. Actually, never mind. I mean, they can all sing and play if they can. But at any rate, the boomwhacker part is the same as the bass xylophone part, which is this rhythm. It goes ta, rest, ta, rest, ta, rest. They repeat that. Autumn leaves are falling, falling to the ground. You get the idea. Let me show the bass xylophone part. The notes they're playing are C and G, and for the bass xylophone, you can have 2 kids at a spot, and so, rest position. And for most instruments, this is going to be rest position. They have their mallets above the bars, the bouncy ball mallets, and they go rest. Same rhythm, so the boomwhackers and bass xylophone, the biggest xylophone, play together. Okay? Autumn leaves are falling, something like that. In the lesson plan, I have listed that at each type of instrument, there's 4 spots, which means 4 students. Now, there's one more part that's pretty simple. It's a steady beat that they didn't practice. And let's see if I can do this. On the alto xylophone, which is the next size smaller, we have a C and a G. And for that, instead of going at the same time, they're going to go C, G, C, G. Autumn leaves are falling. And so they just keep that steady beat. they'll have a little trouble probably playing at the same time. But that's part of what you can do with practicing with them. The other instrument, where did I put that? Oh, let me grab it. Are, oops, the melody bells. And so it says C, G. And so they would have these probably at the tables, and the small xylophones, alto xylophone at the tables as well. I have 4 sets of these, and 4 spots. Autumn leaves are falling. So the alto xylophone and the melody bells play together. So altogether that would be 6 spots. And I would say when you have them come in, you have the bass xylophone boom whacker first, then the alto xylophone melody bell second. And so the first group keeps on going, and it kind of, you layer it together. Group 1 starts, and then group 2 comes in next, and then the sandblock jingle bell, which they play with the melody of the song, come in next. And yeah, they know the song. They should be able to sing and play at the same time, but they're first grade. So if you want to just have them do it with the recording, it might be a little faster than what what would be good, but you can have them try it, and they'll enjoy it. They might get a little silly. So in that case, feel free to take turns away from students if they're playing when they shouldn't, that sort of thing. I don't like to do that, but real quickly, I'm sorry I'm taking too long. The next is a new song called Cobbler, Cobbler, which sounds like this. Cobbler, cobbler, mend my shoe, have it done by 2:30. Stitch it up and stitch it down, I will pay you when it's done, which is so, so, me, me. Pretty simple. In the recording, it has cobbler, cobbler, mend my shoe, yeah. Cobbler, cobbler, mend my shoe, have it done by noon, stitch it up and stitch it down. And then something, I don't know the lyrics to that too well, so I mean you can just have them sing it maybe with or without the recording. It's really not too hard. I have the rhythm of the song on the lesson plan, and there's a game with it, and you can look at the directions for that, but basically you can ask a kid to borrow their shoe, which I think they'll enjoy that. And once they're sitting in a circle around the carpet, one kid's a guesser in the middle, and then the other kids pass the shoe around like hot potato but behind their back. And then at the end of the song, everybody puts their hands behind their back, and the guesser has to try 3 guesses to try to guess who has the shoe, that sort of thing. And then Halloween, I'm going to make a separate video. This is taking a little long. No, I'll just keep it going. That'd be easier. So, Halloween, we're almost done. Halloween is a partner song dance. They don't know the song yet, so you can, if you just want to teach them the dance, you can. The gist of the dance is as follows. You can show them by having them, picking a student to be your partner. It goes, we'll see if we can finish this. I can't wait till it's, so they're clapping, pat with their partner. Imagine I have a partner right here. I can't wait till it's Halloween. Ooh, I'll dress up for the scary scene. Ooh, and then they kind of pretend to scare each other. Not too loud though. And then verse 2. By the light of the harvest moon. Ooh, they can pretend to be spooky. I'll dress up for the scary. I'll start that again. By the light of the harvest moon. Ooh, watch me dance to a spooky tune. Ooh. In between, I do what I call the ghostly ta's. Ta'az. Ta, and then ta. Something like that. You don't have to do that part, but in between verse 1 and verse 2, there's a little extra stuff I add. It's rather silly. At any rate, then after that, for what it's worth, you might need to just skip the Halloween stuff if they might be getting richy by that point. Then they have Gilly, 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 Good Morning is a song they enjoy and they know and so forth. And then Hop Old Squirrel. The directions are there. I don't think that's, if you don't understand it, just skip it. And then I don't have this listed, but if you want to just do any of the emergency games with them, you can. All right, I got to stop. So let me know if you have any questions. Take care.